So it's 5 past, so it's time to start. So let us mute everyone, and then let's spotlight ourselves.
Ah,
God damn it! Do it. No, you go.
Spotlight. There we go.
Yo.
Here we go.
Hey, welcome all to Super Saturday. Good to have you all here. Some familiar faces, some people we haven't seen for over a longer time, but it's always good to have you guys back. So that's amazing. Yeah, as we said, in 2 weeks' time, we have a fantastic super guest, GM Felix and Tumaza, who will join us for a Super Saturday class. We can't wait because he talks for himself. Only the name already is he's done so many great things in karate. So that's it's amazing to have him. As you see, I'm wearing a nice top. This is a Isamu top, and Isamu is from Kyokushin World Shop, our partner and sponsor. And let me tell you why I'm wearing this, because this is the shirt of the 30th European Championships, which I competed in and came third in. And this shirt is already 4 years old. Look how great the quality still is. People, my people, it's amazing. So buy something there. It's going to be really good. So a little sneaking in. Huh? Little sales. Yeah. So yeah, keep liking us, subscribing us, and keep training with us. It's amazing. We're still here and we're still enjoying ourselves, hopefully. Well, us two are, so that's always good.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone else is as well, but
yeah, that would be good. Darren, you want to talk us through what we're doing today?
Yes. So today we're going to do some training. But more importantly, what we're going to focus on is when someone hits you with a big low kick, basically. And we've all been there. You know, it's probably one of the most common techniques used in Kyokushin. Trouble is how do we deal with it? Because if we take too many of them, you're going to be struggling to walk around and throw techniques yourself. So we're going to give you a variety of methods to either block, evade, move, close the distance down, in and out, you know, something like that. And also some other bits as well, which not just we're going to focus on the low kick because it's obviously a big technique, but what we're going to try and do is just give some little movements to kind of ease the power off of the techniques and things like that. So hopefully you enjoy it, hopefully you get something out of it, and hopefully less low kicks that really sting your legs.
Very true. Yeah. So yeah, don't really think we have to add something else. If you have a question, use the chat over here, or whatever, over at all the places. I'll start off with the warming up, and then we're gonna go off. Yeah.
Yes.
Are we ready?
I'm ready.
You are ready? That's wicked then. All right then. Let's get this stuff going. All right then. On the place, on the spot, just gonna do some little jumps, yeah, and keep your hands low, just down there, and let them flow a little bit, yeah. So there we go. Ich ni san shi go rock sish ash go ju ich ni san shi. Rock sish ash go niju ish ni san shi go rock sish ash sanju ish ni san shi go rock sish ash go yonju ish ni san shi go sish ash go goju. All right, jumping jacks. Another 50. There we go. And ich ni san shi go roku sish ash go ju ish ni san shi go rock sish ash go niju ish ni san shi go roku sish ash go sanju ish ni san shi go roku sish ash gu, yonju, ish, ni, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, ash, gu, goju. And the same, we do little jumps. And when we do the little jumps, also start to make some punches. But think about the jumps and really loosely put your hands there as well. Yeah? We do 50 again. There we go. And ish, ni, san, go, ruk, sish, hash, go, ju, ish, ni, san, go, ruk, sish, hash, go, niju, ish, san, shi, go, ruk, sish, go, sanju, ish, ni, san, go, ruk, sish, hash, yonju, ish, ni, san, shi, ruk, sish, hash, go, goju. All right, so we're going to do the same. Left arm is going to be straight. Right arm is going to be staski or uppercut, yeah? So we're going to jump, bang, 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 50 times, and all the time, just a little bounce. So to really warm up the legs, the calves will be thinking, oh, you bastards, yeah? Left arm straight, right arm staski. Ready, and ichi, san, shi, rok, si, shash, go, ni, san, shi, go, ash, go, niju, ish, ni, san, go, rok, shish, hash, sanju, ish, ni, san, go, rok, shish, hash, yonju, ish, ni, san, shi, go, rok, shish, you, goju. Now, right straight, left uppercut. Ready, ish, san, shi, go, rok, shish, go, ju, ish, ni, san, shi, rok, shish, hash, go, niju, ish, san, shi, go, rok, ash, go, sanju, ish, shi, go, rok, go, yonju, ish, ni, san, shi, rok, shish, hash, go, goju. All right, shake loose a little bit. Shake loose. All right, so we're going to bring left leg forward. We're still going to bounce. And now every time, 1, 2, 3, 4, every fifth, you bring up your knee to your shoulder. Yeah? Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ush. The knee is 10 times. Ush. Are we ready? Ush. And ich, ni, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, ni, san, go. Ich, ni, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, Aisha. Mawate. Back forward. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, san, shi, go. Ich, shi, go. She go, she go, she san, she go, she go, she san, go, she san, she go, she. Aisha. Shake loose again. Good. All right then. So we had left, right, right, left, knee, knee. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, knee, knee, and the knees are still straight up because we're warming up. Us. So we're gonna 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Really think about doing multiple things with your body. Yeah. Don't be oi low, oi low. Really challenge your body to do different stuff. Us. So the full set. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. That's 1. We do 15 of these full sets. 1, 5, 15. Us. All right, ready? There we go. Ish. Knee. I have 5 to go. Last one for me. Aisha. If you've done 15, take loose, take it easy. Us. I'm gonna lose my socks now.
Warming up.
I'm warming up. All right then. So now what we're gonna do, just little switch leg, step, forward knees. Us. We do 10 forward, then we're gonna do 10 mawashi. Us. And we're gonna do 10 uchi knees. Yeah. So forward, 10 mawashi, 10 uchi, 10. Ready? Kamate.
Yeah.
Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Sish. Ash. Ku. Aisha Mawashi. Ish. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Sish. Ash. Ku. Aisha Uchi. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Sish. Ash. Ku. Aisha. Good. And twist those hips. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Hantai. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. All right. So now last little bit of the warm-up. So we're gonna be standing left leg forward. Normally when you're fighting and your left leg forward, there's probably 70% of your weight on your front leg, 30% of your weight on your back leg. Us? Some people are a little bit more in the middle, some people are a little bit more in the back, but most of the time it's 70-30 in the front leg because you want to move forward. Us? What is really hard in this movement is blocking a front leg attack. Yeah? And we're gonna just warm up those muscles to do. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna bring all my weight on the front leg. Yeah? What I'm gonna do is every time I count, bring the back leg to the floor, but only with like 10%, and then bring up your knee. Yeah? Again. We do 10, 1, and back. Us. You gotta find your balance. You gotta be stabilized before we go to the next count again. Us. Might look a bit silly, but you will be having a lot of benefit when you're fighting and you can suddenly block those front leg kicks. Us. All right then. Are we ready?
Push up.
Only 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Us. There we go. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Sish. Ash. Ku. Aisha.
Yeah.
Malate. Good. All the muscles, all the weight on the right leg now. When you bring it down, still keep the weight forward, and you just want to bring up the knee. Ready? Pitch. Knee. San. Shi. Go. Roku. Sish. Ash. Go. Aisha. Yeah. And shake loose again. Good. And twist. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Hantai. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. All right. So loosely we warmed up. Most in the lower part of the body area. Arms will warm up as we go along the way. quick little drink. Then we're going over to Sensei Darren Stringer.
Oh, very official.
Sensei. Yes. We don't really use those titles, do we?
No, Sensei.
Oh, Sensei.
Reminds me of Cobra Kai. So, the first one I'm going to do is we're going to kind of just evade the movement ever so slightly, because if we can reduce the amount of power that hits us, you know, even if it's by 40%, 100% down to 60% is a big savings. If it was off TVs and laptops, you'd probably take it straight away, to be fair. So, you know.
And now who's the salesman?
What did you mention? I think there's 15% off this t-shirt right now.
So, what we just did, opponent will attack, and this means with a low kick, this is a round technique. So when you step, this is what's gonna happen when they don't hit us. Also, when people do a round technique, that means they open up before they even attack. Yeah, a lot of people, especially in low kick, they just want to go either outside. A lot of people go inside. So you get teach to really get. Oh, it's really dark now. I'm sorry, guys. A lot of people get the low kick and they be like, "Oh, I'm standing over there. I'm just getting the hit." You can't do that too much. Yeah. So what I'm gonna try and do right now is step inside us. So I'm gonna be over here. The moment my opponent will try a low kick, he's gonna step inside, because this means the range they were looking to hit, you are right now in their range. So you can't be getting a proper low kick right now. Yeah? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step in. As soon as I step in, I'm going to use the backhand with a Tataski or maybe a Staski, but I'd like to prefer like this, yeah? I'm going to hit. This is going to happen. And now, probably your opponent is a little bit wide on the stance because they didn't finish the low kick. So the inside leg is really good to be hit, yeah? So I'm going to step in. One knee to the inside leg to really open up, yeah? I'm just going to leave it there so Darren gets a little bit of things to do with this. But think about stepping in. 1, 2. All right? Good. 10-10 exercise over to Mr. Stringer. Ready? And knee. Sun. Chi. Go.
On to the next one for me. Right. So, for me, I normally fight toe-to-toe to everybody because most people are left leg forward, and therefore I've always got my right leg forward. So whereas most people are taking the kicks on the outside of that front leg because they're going right leg to my left leg, with me, I have to be really careful because it could cut me in here, because not many people want to travel the distance all the way around to my back leg. And that's purely because I move quite well. Not because I'm absolutely massive like Sheehan Felix is, for example, that it's actually difficult to make up that much distance. I move quite well, so it's quite difficult for them to get to the back leg. Not all the time, but I like to think I make it hard for them. Okay, but as Wesley said earlier on, I am one of them fighters that has a lot of momentum coming forward. So there is the opportunity that I could really be made to look silly if they spread my front leg, okay? Because they're wanting to kick here all the time, okay? Not many people like the front leg on the outside because it's not their favoured strong leg, okay? So for me, this is a real situation I have to deal with all of the time. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to move out a little bit, and then we're going to hit almost at the same time. So it's very similar to the one that I did at the first time, but now we're thinking about it from a toe-to-toe perspective. We're going to not just pull it out to the side, but pull it out and back a little bit. So when they miss, we're going to catch the back of their hamstring. That's what we're looking for. Catch the hamstring a few times. What happens is the muscles inflame, and then they find it really difficult to kick with. Everybody's on the squat rack doing this, building up these muscles here. Not so much on the hammies. No one's really doing hamstring curls and things like that to develop them. And maybe Bernardo, because he's like a super athlete and fit machine, but probably nobody else is doing that. Everybody's worried about getting chopped down on the outside. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull back in, and then we're going to come in with a nice, strong, straight kyaku, either to the solar plex or to the chest. Now, this will depend on where they land up, of course, because if I hit them correctly and they turn a little bit here, I'm going to want to hit here rather than straight into their elbow. If I create a nice fit here and I hit and then like here and they land, the solar plex still becomes available. Now remember, this is your person, so you should be able to dictate on which one you're doing. Don't just be like all over the place. Okay, so one more time, we're coming in 1, 2, and then land, push in either solar plex or to the chest. Okay, 10-10. Little exercise, shoot over to Wesley where he's going to add to it. Okay, ready, let's go.
What we've now, we've covered outside low kick. We've covered front leg inside low kick. So now we're going to cover the outside of the back. Yeah? A lot of the time when you're toe to toe, when you're both left leg forward, or even like Darren loves to fight and myself as well, right leg, left leg, people will go to the outside of the leg. 80%, maybe even a little bit more, 85%, when they go to the outside, they will go to the left and then to kick with the left as well. Yeah? I myself, and always teach this to my students, when I go left, my opponent will move left as well. Yeah? So this means the distance is still going to be the same. What I always love to do is step right, make my opponent go left, and then hit the leg. Because at that time, they're closing my distance instead of going the other way. And that's just something I always teach to the students at my club and in the national team as well. When you go left, most of the time, opponent goes left as well. Every time. When you go right, this is what happens. So the distance is still going to be the same. And I don't want that. I want to close the distance or let them close the distance. So let's think about my opponent closes my distance. Yeah? So at the time, the left leg will come forward. They will be kind of stepping into my zone. I'm just going in there. Yeah? I'm going into that leg, but I obviously know what's going to happen. And I'm going to hit their inside leg as well. Yeah? So at this time, I'm going that way. This leg will come out. This leg will be open. Yeah? So the standing leg, the leading leg, will be open to get hit. I'm going one inside and bring a big Spassky. Yeah? I'm going inside. I'm putting my foot in between the legs of my opponent and really drive in a big Spassky. This is where I'm going to hurt my opponent. Yeah? 10 on the left, 10 on the right. One more time slowly. Step in. One. Whack. Really drive it in. Lovely, Darren. Thank you. All right. There we go. Come on, take. There we go. Knee. Sun. Sheave. Go.
Yeah, cool. Good. No, really. Right. So let's go. We've gone forward. We did slightly step back on this one, but we did come forward eventually. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to imagine that this person just cuts, trying nice and sharp off the front leg. Okay. So he's trying to cut this, not necessarily to spread my legs, but if you keep getting hit on the inside, these muscles on the inside are not as durable as the ones on the outside. So they really start to take their pay pretty quickly. Can't afford to let the person just slap these in nice and fast and keep cutting through that muscle tissue. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use a little bit of a Felix Tomaza movement here. Now, Felix is really big, but he always likes this kind of movement. Okay? And he doesn't have to move much because he's massive. But neither do you, because if you think that you're in the distance for the inside Mawashi, that little movement out and back in is like Wesley is pointing here. It's minimal, yeah? Because most people are not looking to hit kind of mid to high shin when they hit inside low kicks on this. They're looking at hitting maybe lower shin, ankle, sometimes even the instep, because you're just looking at slapping that in and starting to cut through the muscle fibers. Because all they're looking for is this nice, sharp movement. So this movement nullifies quite a lot of that, okay? So this is what we're going to start off with, okay? So we're here, 1, 2, yeah? Out of range, back in range. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to cut across with a Chudan Mawashi afterwards. Okay, remember the person may have gone here. 1, open up here. 1, 2, cut across. Okay, back out. 1, 2, cut across. Nice Chudan Mawashi at the end. Okay, nice and easy. 10 on the left, 10 on the right. Lots of space there for Wesley to add on to, and hopefully more than enough time for us to do that. Okay, ready? Let's go. Go. Maybe not. So let's start off on this bad boy. So on the right leg, left arm holds, of course, as we know, we've done this many a times before, and relax back. Leg nice and straight. Whoa. And after all of them little snappy kicks we've done, I'm going to try and loosen off that hand.
I use a resistance band now.
Huh?
I use a resistance band now.
Okay, there you go. Adaptation.
Be water, my friend. Be water.
Yeah. Over to the left. Try and keep your right hand on the ground and your right foot just off of the ground. And back up. Change the hands and drop the right leg out to the right. Whoa, lovely jubbly. back to the center. And remember, now we're going to open up the hip, push it up to the ceiling, slight pause at the top, and then rotate back down. Really try to open that hip up each time. Really need 10 of them. Ich, ni, san, shi, yo, ruk, ish, ich, get, cheer, and back down. Bend the leg 90 degrees. Take the belt or your band, whichever one you have, over your left shoulder and out underneath your right armpit. Take the strain on and relax back as well as you can. And straighten the leg up. And up you come. And change. So good session today. Now, the most annoying thing when people get fighting or sparring is that you keep getting hit with the same technique over and over again. And there's nothing like that takes the effect like a low kick, because it keeps on bruising your thigh, and then eventually you can't move as well, and then you can't operate on the things that you want to do, and you're always nervous that every time you step in, you're going to get tagged on that sore leg. So hopefully we gave you a few ways to either be brave, take the initiative, step in, take the power away. Remember, because if the person's looking at hitting here, here's their 100%. Anywhere in these directions that isn't where you are is going to reduce the power that hits you with. Okay, so do try and think about that. And then there's obviously ways that hopefully we worked on today that after you make them miss or reduce them power, to give back something that's really going to take an effect. Because the person keeps missing and you keep whacking them with a really good technique, they're not going to want to throw it in the end because they're thinking every time this is failing. Good work today, guys. And that's it, I think, from me.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, there are these teachers and people who will always say, yeah, the best way, hey, there's my princess. The best way there is to fight against the low kick is to block it with your shin. And loads of the time, well, especially in Kyokushin, not a lot of people are great at this. Especially when you fight a big tournament, when you only fight one super fight or one fight, you can obviously manage to get some bruised up shins. But when you fight a tournament where you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe even 7 fights in multiple days, you really don't want to bruise yourself up. And hopefully today we gave you a lot of ways to deal with low kicks, either outside or inside, and not bruise yourself up. And that is really important to think about this. Amazing session again. Thanks for all your hard work. Thanks for all your power and energy today. Yeah, we can't wait. Next Tuesday we are back again with the 7th Q. Kion Kata. Even wachten. And then we are back with Thursday as well. Don't forget, Kyokushin Workshop, our partner, our sponsor. Give them a like, a subscribe on their page, and visit their website. There's some cool stuff there. Thanks again. It was amazing.
Yes. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, chaps and chapesses.
Everybody can now unmute themselves.
Thanks, guys. That's great as usual.
Thank you. Cheers, Damon.
See you on the next one.
Awesome.
Thank you for the lesson. Have a good weekend.
Fabulous, guys. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Darren, 800, what'd you get?
837, yeah.
837. Okay, so I'm catching up. The old man's catching up.
Nah. Oh, I'm just getting
Love you
older.
guys. You'll be on again on Thursday.
Yay.
Awesome.
Take care, boys.
Yeah.